All right, returning to continue on this Chevy Camaro GT4R limited time series. We got two final tiers remain. I parked after tier 13 because that's as far as my current PR would go. But of course, the other day we did have the instant free service on this very car, which allowed me to actually make some significant progress in the 2019 season of GT4, which this car is featured in. So now I feel like I may as well put extra upgrades on this car and finish up both this limited time series and hop on over to wrap up the 2019 season as well. So here, let's start with current PR of 63.9, which is essentially 3 upgrades across the board. How I won this car, I want to say last year. So let's see, 5.8 kilometers, not too bad. Should not wear out my car's service bars too much now that I don't have the instant service anymore. That ended a few hours ago, so I was hoping to wrap this up before the timer ran out, but you know, real life takes precedence, so here we are. Finishing at the very top of the hill. Since we got a few moments to sit and wait here, let's talk about the series, how it's been, so and what I am planning on doing here. I kind of mentioned this at the very beginning of this limited time series, but I figured now that we're near the end, we'll talk about it again. So in order to wrap up this limited time series, I need a PR 65.8. A couple of different options. You can max out the engine and get the brakes maxed out, which will cost you essentially I think $180 extra gold from where you are now. Let me double check. Yeah, 110 engine and 74 brakes. Or the other way I am thinking here is max out engine, but instead of getting that brakes extra upgrade, I'll go with the body, which does cost 10 extra gold than the brakes. So it'll cost me upfront 10 more. So total of 190 gold, right? But the reason why I would go with that is so that way, if I want to reach the PR requirement to actually wrap up the 2019 season, I would only need to get one more upgrade, the drivetrain upgrade for 105 gold, and that should bring my PR up to exactly the required number of 66.8, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, 66.8. So and this car does have the higher PR than all the other cars featured in the series in the 2019 season. So that means if you decide to go with any other car other than Camaro, you need another upgrade. So since we can take advantage of the higher PR of this car, may as well. You know what I mean? So that is what I'm thinking, and that's what I'm going to do. But here we got a hunter to win, so let's do just that before we get there. And as you can see, I am bot training a little bit, not too aggressively, but still some. Alright, nice and close win. So throughout the limited time series, I did semi-bot training, but if you guys been following my channel, 2019 season, I didn't do any of that. And some of the races there, pretty tough. So yeah. So when there's a time limit on these things, I like to be able to win this, complete it, and then worry about things later. So the moment of truth here, the cup that has higher PR than what my car currently has. So time to spend some gold, yes. So 64.6 I should be able to reach right away because 2 gold upgrades that I'm gonna get are immediate, of course. So I'll start with the engine because we know that for sure, because this one unlocks the next tier racing dollar upgrade. So we'll start with that one. Brings the PR up to 64.6. So at this point, obviously, I can complete this tier. But this event, of course, requires 65.8. So even if I max out the engine, I don't quite have enough. That's why I'm gonna need another gold upgrade. And I can either go with body or brakes. But as you can see, brakes lacks just a little, 0.1 PR point less. It does cost 10 gold less, but if you're planning on wrapping up 2019 season, it'll be more beneficial to go with the route of the body because, well, that's not gonna quite get you there entirely. But if you go with the drivetrain and the body and then get the engine upgrade, then you'll get there. So, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. All right. So, there it is. And then 66.8. That's right. So we'll get that. It'll take a couple of days. I know. So that is high enough PR to wrap up the actual 2019 season this car's featured in. In the meantime, let's hire Eric so we can wrap up this limited time series without needing to service it before we finish it. Right. 3 laps around Auckland Grand Prix. And since these are not F1 cars, your service bars wear out pretty quick, like in the rest of the game. There we go. that was some carnage. But that's why we have Eric for, right? He's gonna fix it up and we can continue right on as though nothing had happened. Right. Good job. All right. And with that, we unlock the final tier, tier 15. So we'll continue on in the next video for the conclusion of this limited time series. So stay tuned and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.